Christ said this to the same set of his disciples too. Peter, do you love me? Do what? Feed my sheep. Feeding somebody does not mean that you're doing it only spiritually. Christ fed them spirit, soul, and body. That you've been doing something, all our generation, our forefathers have been doing something for a long time does not mean it's right. For example, America have been enslaving our people for so long. Does that mean racism is right? Welcome to another episode of Christians Alive of Christ. Today I'm going to be talking about something very, very important also. Like, we all know this story about when Christ was feeding the 5,000 in Matthew chapter 14 from verse 13, right? What really happened over there was Christ was not feeding these people because he wanted to be a philanthropist or he wanted to show people that he's a giver. Like, since the Bible also is against it, like telling people if you give to somebody and like your right hand should not know and your left hand should not even know what you've given, right? So Christ himself is aware of these things and he wouldn't do that, right? Now, what really happened over there was those people were in need at that particular point. Christ left the town, they followed him into the forest or into wherever he went to, and it was really far away from the town. It was not like those people were not working, they were working also, but like it was late in the evening and they could not like get food nearby. Master, these people, let them go back to the town because it's still evening now, so it doesn't get too late, so they can still find food to eat. And he was like, no, you guys feed them, right? Like, before he made the miracle, there was a strong reason to it. And look at what really happened to the world recently, the virus thing. People could not go, and even if they were working, right, some people were not now receiving salaries anymore because of the pandemic. Like, there is a need for you, that you say you are the founder of their churches and all that, to feed them. Now you are the leader. Christ said this to the same set of his disciples too. Peter, do you love me? Do what? Feed my sheep. Feeding somebody does not mean that you're doing it only spiritually. Christ fed them spirit, soul, and body. So you should be able to do the same thing. If you cannot do these three things, why are you calling yourself a leader, right? Like, use their money to still feed them. We know they pay tithes and they pay offering. Christ, that is the word himself, he gave people a lot of word, a lot of breakthrough through his ministry. It was not written anywhere that he requested for offering or tithes during his own time. He was not a priest. I said something in my last few videos back, like I said something, the tithe is for the priest. Christ was not a priest and he was not entitled to receive tithe. So even if your pastor tells you this, that look, you get blessed when you pay tithe, you should pay your tithe in a church that you are being preached to, that does not make any sense, because Christ himself that was preaching to people, none of them gave him offering or tithe. Else 5,000 people came, they were feeling hungry. Some of them would have money there. He didn't ask them for offerings. So I don't know, a lot of things are going so wrong in our community today. We're thinking we're doing the right thing while we're doing the wrong thing. So if you can't still use your mind, like Reno Mokre has said, and Falz in some of his songs has said, like, we are the one doing ourselves. Like, you know the truth, but you can't set yourself free because, I don't know, maybe you are too ignorant to as in admit that the truth is the truth. That you've been doing something, all our generation, our forefathers have been doing something for a long time does not mean it's right. For example, America have been enslaving our people for so long. Does that mean racism is right? It does not mean being a racist is right. So for something to be there for a long time does not mean that, oh, we can't talk about it or we can't stop this thing. It is wrong, it is wrong. It is time for you to move on from that phase. Learn how to give to your brother and let God bless you. Like, a lot of people, they can't feed the 5,000. The church can't even feed the 5,000 with them. Like, people that still give you offering, Christ did not collect offering or tithe from anybody. while he was still on earth, and he was giving the word. So if you're saying because you're giving the word to the people or whatsoever it is, that is why you're receiving all these things, it does not make any sense, because Christ himself never received any of those, and he gave the best word that you can give, because you still give the word you're giving to your people from the words of Christ today. So we've come to the end of this episode. I just wanted you to know that, look, if they have not fed the 5,000, they don't deserve your 1 naira. They don't deserve anything from you. This pandemic has taught you a lot. So if you are willing to learn, please do. If you are not willing to learn, you can continue. It's not my money, actually. I'm just trying to make the people understand that, look, this thing is wrong and it is wrong. Let the people get what they deserve. Thank you very much, and thank you for sticking with me. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like and share this video, because seriously, we all need this time around. Thank you very much. Take care of yourself and take care of each other. Bye. There's nothing I can ever